Hello everyone and welcome back to the Pecunian Consortium, where we are, inch by inch, system by system, clawing our way to galactic domination, or at least domination of all the galaxies. Worthwhile resources. Right, so I think without any further ado we can just hop right into it. There's nothing terribly out of the ordinary happening. At the end of the last episode we did find ourselves... Oh hello, some space amoeba. Oh, they will pass by. We did find ourselves just starting to colonize Nadum 4, a very nice 24-tile planet in the Nadum system. And there we go, that's Nadum Prime.
Construction complete.
Expanding our influence across the galaxy just a little bit more. And once this system's influence grows, we'll as well be taking some resources in Foldora and Parima. A 0% anomaly I will always take. Thank you very much. Now I think the next up on the menu should be
construction complete.
Cleaning up some of those systems of disgusting alien influence. But before we do that, more energy is always good energy in my book. Also more science is always good science. So let's get on that as well. I'm kind of tempted to build a second construction ship. Basically any time in the past I did that turned out to be just the...
Situation log updated.
Oh, hang on. Where was that? It was you. No, you research, that's fine, and then you continue on surveying. Anytime I did that in the past, it ended up just leaving me with 2 idle construction ships before too long. And we're not exactly rapid expanding here, so yeah, I think we're good the way we are.
Anomaly found.
Before too long we'll have another citizen of Pecunia, which also is nice. Nadum Prime is getting along, and we have our second robot here, so that brings us up to 6 citizens even. Did miss it there for a while, so let's actually not build anything here. And let's in fact, yeah, upgrade just about now our first colony to our first, well, upgraded colony. I know there's definitely a word for it in the game, but it eludes me right about now. Right, you're doing that. Next thing up there. Full survey data on what system exactly? Oh, this system. Very nice. Means we don't have to go there. Right, you at the turn of the month can start mining there. Yeah, I'm not making a beeline for minerals right now because, I mean, first of all, role-playing reasons, we are the Pecunian Consortium and we're all about wealth, which is energy credits. Not so much minerals. But also we need a lot of energy to build robots. So yeah, that's kind of where we are. And I think just one additional robot for the time being on this system wouldn't go amiss. And another thing, yeah, you just finished surveying Nadum, and that's perfectly fine. Because what I want to do now... Yeah, we did get... Yeah, that's perfect. We did get research data on URF WAS over here. So what we'll do is just go back here. And have you, dear Merkboon, be our just guy for everything. That's not surveying planets. Alright, Betharium power, finally within our grasp. Do we have any Betharium at the ready? Doesn't look like it. Do we see any? At least I don't, but then I'm usually blind to these things. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, that's very sad. That is indeed very sad. Oh well. Alright, next up. Yeah, none of these particularly tickle my fancy, I have to say. But I guess we'll go for Mining Network 2. It doesn't really matter, all of them were at the same cost. None of them had any particularly great immediate benefit. Alright, so you just go there. At the turn of the month we'll have enough for another mining outpost on Ishnor Illa. There we go, mining station. And the next month, no, the month after, we will also have Nedum Prime ready for proper colonization. Which is perfect timing because we also just about have the minerals and the energy credits for another robot. Right, work on the planetary administration is coming along nicely. And there we go. So let's just throw down a robot. You, dear sir, will go down there and in due time receive a basic hydroponics farm. I see no reason not to throw these down right now. They don't cost any upkeep anyway, so well. Alright, system survey complete up here. We have this system surveyed. I kind of want... Yeah, just about now. Did we have any pulsars? There's a pulsar down here. So that's something. We didn't really explore back here, so maybe we should do that. Yeah, let's... Why do we need to go all the way there? Ah, it's probably because we're rivals. Yeah, so anyway, we will want to explore a bit further. And the reason I'm jumping on pulsars right now is that sooner rather than later we want to have... Oh, what's it called? The armor tech that you get from the crystalline thingies. I think it's crystalline plating or crystalline hull, something. At any rate, you get it from researching the debris from the guys that hang around at pulsars, such as those three folks. Problem being that most of the time those are... Well, as you could see, they're grouped in... Where'd they go? In groups of 3, and most likely all 3 of those groups will have a strength of about 500 to 600, if I recall correctly. But the tech is certainly worth the investment. That is, if they didn't change it. Alright, what are you? Cyprex Refinery. Don't see any reason not to research you. Also, in this system, we still have our atomic age civilization. Is that correct? Yes. With their amazing planet. And there's also a 10 energy system here. And we won't be reaching any of those with what we have right now. So, mid-term, I think having another outpost right about here, maybe even in Canarius, would be a good idea. We'll see about that. Right, so that's you. Let's also get another mining station right in the neighborhood. And after that we'll do the science. And after that we'll go all across the system to Ishnoor 6 and get ourselves some minerals. Right, what else? We
Construction complete.
did
Research
finish these
complete.
guys. And some research. Oh, that's more lead on lifespan. It's always a nice thing. And will I want to take Manifest Destiny? I think I will. Yeah, most definitely. We still have the Statecraft guy. I mean, it's not like he's gonna die in the next year or so, but he's definitely gonna help, and border range is always something you want to have more of rather than less. Right, what was I about to plan here? So the robot here is gonna finish in 4 months. 5 months. Which means we probably want to clear a bit of room here. So that he can go on working on other mines.
Survey complete. Anomaly found.
And one of our guys, which would be this one, or that one, can go on do science somewhere else. Alright, that's you. And science, go. And off they bus. Bzz. I don't quite know what they're welding there, all the way out in the middle of nowhere, but apparently it's something.
Situation log updated.
Right, there's something here. Mount Graveyard Expedition. What exactly? I can't recall what benefits these give, but then again, what can I recall about this game? Doesn't seem like much. Alright, so what do we do about this?
Research complete.
I think what we do is just throw down a basic science lab and finish our research. And I didn't even read what that was. I think it was reactors, maybe? Yeah, I think it was reactors. We're not really rapid expanding here, nor do we plan to, so colony development speed not really something we need to do, so let's go ahead with some tech for more money, because that's what we're here for, after all. So you want to migrate to Pecunian, which is your right, I suppose. You're a little bit unhappy here. And, of course, everyone's happy on the capital world. Why wouldn't they? Alright, 1 more month, then we'll swap you out with that guy down there. There you go. You will do science in the name of the Consortium, and then we would like to build another guy down there. Alright, now here's a little trick we can do. We don't really want people to abandon the colony worlds, so what I'll do is I'm going to wait for the 150. It's going to take this guy 19 months anyway to resettle, but he can't do that if all the slots are full, and he can't resettle to this slot because there's a pop building there, and once we start building the robot, he won't be able to resettle to that slot either. So that's just a little trick you can do if you don't want a particular resettlement going on. Yeah, we're doing a lot of special projects here, which is kind of hampering our science, or basic science, but then again, more often than not you get some benefit even to your research points, which allow you to catch up on what you missed during the time of the special project. We're looking a little thin on the science. Doesn't particularly strike me as a good thing. Alright, Cybrex artifact. What's the... hang on. Oh, this Cybrex. So this was... oh, apparently we're already halfway through with at least this stage of the event chain. Like I said, I never finished it and never got past much of the first stage anyway. Right, so you're gonna... Yeah, that's just the hunting specimen guy, but yeah, you're gonna do just that. Question is for our construction ship, where we're gonna go once we're finished with this system. I think more energy couldn't be a bad thing. Also, this system isn't within our range. Probably also research or survey Drisk. Oh yeah, that's terrific. 200 experience or whatever it was for a guy that's already level 5. But that's a pretty nice system research point wise. Or science points. Research points. Right, where do we want to go with you? Yeah, just research. Survey this system, then survey that one. Can't quite go there. I'd love to know about Euralian. But that's gonna have to wait for just a little while. All in all, we're kind of building more of a tall empire than a wide one, which I feel, at least in 1.0, was more often the way to go, because the cost for science projects always scales with the number of pops you have. So I think, if I recall correctly, any pop above 10, so from the 11th onwards, increases the amount of research points that you need by 2%. And that's an additive bonus, so 12 pops it would be 4%, and then 10% at 15, and so on. So, with a very wide empire, you'd almost feel compelled to have planets that are exclusively devoted to science. And maybe that's exactly what we'll do later on, but for now I think we're fine. We're still small enough. Alright, we're up to 160 energy, which means we can afford ourselves another robot on our capital world. And that should make up the mind of that guy. Maybe. Maybe at the turn of the month. Yeah, there we go. Now I no longer has a slot on Pecunian proper, and thus cannot move, and thus will stay where he is supposed to. How are we looking in international? Yeah, their fleet power is superior. I thought as much. So is theirs. But they wouldn't ally against us, which is a nice thing. So whatever we'd need to do would just be fighting one of them. Most likely. I'm not being incredibly certain here. But I think nevertheless it's probably about time that we did something that counts as military tech. Also, let's have a look. We did find out something about something, didn't we? Yeah, let's just, for one, do this. Yeah, that's fusion reactors. We don't have any Comet computers just yet, which is a shame. But we're up to 10% evasion. Just using the thrusters, yes. Yeah, so I think we'll just save this blueprint, just override the old one. Then... how long does it take us? 33 months. Yeah, no, I think we'll just build a couple of corvettes just for deterrence. Let's call that... yeah, let's stagger them just for the fun of it. We don't really plan to go to war, but it would be very, very embarrassing if we were to be attacked right now and just stomped into the ground. Oh, there's other very nice looking planets up there, so maybe we want to take a little detour. Also a research project in the Dustamon system. And yeah, I think so ends this episode. We did establish ourselves a little bit further. Did a lot of science, did a lot of infrastructure work. I think next up we'll be colonizing one of these systems, clearing out some of those neutral creeps around the area to the best of our abilities. And also procuring some, what's it called, Betharium? More money is what I'm trying to say, procuring more money. So we shall do all that and much more in the next episode. So until then, and as always, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been Described, and I shall see you soon.